Hey everyone, welcome to an episode of Aprons Are for Cowards, where we'll be making an appetizer that is guaranteed to steal the show at any dinner. This is one of those rare magical dishes that is 1, super simple to make, 2, full of the most tantalizing flavors and textures you can imagine, and 3, somehow it is also exceptionally healthy. And I really don't think it gets much healthier than this. It's really a triple threat. So we're going to be working with large succulent scallops, an aromatic pea puree, asparagus spears, and baby potatoes. Join me and we'll get started. To begin with, we're going to heat up the vegetable stock and butter in a pot in preparation for adding the peas. Once the liquid is boiling, it's time to add those peas and bring it up to a boil again. I find it helpful to stir the peas around a little bit so they don't stick to the bottom of the pot. Once the liquid starts boiling again, we're ready to strain the peas, reserving the broth. Next, we're going to boil the baby potatoes for 5 to 8 minutes. I've got a lot more ingredients kicking around than necessary, so read the recipe in the comments for the exact amounts. I like to add salt to the water to bring out those warm potatoey flavors. Congratulations, you've already completed a big portion of this recipe. Okay, we've got a few steps left to go. While the baby potatoes are cooking, we are going to puree the peas in the blender. We're going to need some of that fragrant tarragon for this. So hold the strongest part of the stem with one hand and tug the soft leaves off with the other until you have a small bundle. With the peas in the blender, start by adding little amounts of the buttery stock back in and add in the sugar and tarragon. Pour some stock in, blend, stir, repeat until you have a silky, delicate puree. Taste it now and then and add a pinch of salt and pepper until you're pleased with the flavor balance. The puree should have a light, fresh, sweet flavor from the peas, and you should be only just able to detect the salt in there. There's the unique bittersweet tarragon flavor which will start to come through like a smooth anise or citrus accent. Our pea puree is prepared, and now it's time to work with the asparagus. I suggest taking off the starchy ends by curving the stalk until it snaps near its base. Then take the greener side of the stalk and cut it on an angle just for the look. And from there, cut it down the midline and you're set. Once we have drained the potatoes, we're going to gently place the asparagus in yet more salted boiling water. These cook so quickly that I recommend just watching them bobbing around in the water for 2 to 4 minutes. It's probably wise to test one of the bigger ones to see if it's ready when you take them out. It should be bright green, delicate to bite, and yet not soggy. Next, we'll create little discs of baby potato. Slice each one into 3 or 4 parallel slices. Once cut, spread them out in order to season them with salt and pepper. The next step is to heat up a frying pan on high heat, because the moment we've all been waiting for is here. It's time to sear the scallops. This part is not shown in the video, but it's helpful to pat down your scallops with a paper towel so that they sear more effectively. Season them with salt and pepper on both of the flat sides. Okay, now melt a generous patty of butter into the pan and press the scallops at even spacing throughout the pan with one of their disc-shaped surfaces down. Now this next bit is important. Once the scallops have touched the pan, don't fiddle with them for about 4 minutes so that they get a chance to properly sear. If the scallops are a bit smaller than in this video, cook them for a shorter period of time. Setting a timer can be really helpful. You'll start to smell their sensational aroma when it gets close to 4 minutes, and you'll be able to see a golden brown crust forming around their base by the pan. This is the divine caramelization that will induce a mild case of speechlessness when your friends and family bite into this. At about 4 minutes, take some tongs and flip them over. Maintaining the spacing is important because if you crowd them, their juices won't evaporate and it becomes almost impossible for them to caramelize. After another 4 minutes, take them out of the pan and place them on a plate to cool. And now it's time to make art! Spoon out a bit of pea puree and begin to layer it with baby potato discs. Nestle a few scallops near the center, interspersed with crisscrossing asparagus spears. Whoever said don't play with your food had a really boring gastronomical life, I'm pretty sure. Make it 3-dimensional by plucking pea sprout tips and planting them in the pea puree. And for an extra dash of color, add the edible flowers. I like to pull out the petals of the flowers and plant the petal stems right in the pea puree because it begins to resemble a garden. If you get lost in how fun this is, you know you're doing it right. And there you have it, a vibrant green pea puree with seared fresh scallops. I think you know where this is going. Somebody's gonna have to take the fall and test this thing out. Oh yes, yes, this dish is definitely worth your while. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. And if you have any comments, have you tried this recipe? Are there others like it you want to try? Does it look too complicated? I just want to know. So let's discuss it in the comments below. And if you want to see more culinary adventures like this one, then subscribe and hit the little bell button in the corner so you get notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye.